we still have the volcano level and then the final stage of the game. So you go from the big ice level, filled with ice, and then just a few inches over, I guess, is the undersea volcano level. Now this level, being a volcano, you do have fire underwater, so they will shoot up from these random volcano openings. They're very easy to dodge because they move very slowly, so as long as you're not right over top of the volcano when it, shoots out the fire, or in some cases right below the volcano when it shoots out, they're very easy to dodge. However, we do have the introduction of the shrimp enemies, which are definitely one of the more annoying because they move quickly, they stay still for a second, and then they move quickly in your direction. Like right here, it's a little hard to dodge them. You can easily turn them into bubbles and take them out, but sometimes it's easier just to go around them and avoid them at all costs. Now here, starfish shoot up, and just dodge them, they fall in the same pattern every time, but you can quickly go over to the right. One more screen, and now we're already at the boss of the level. Now this is like the maestro fish, he's the conductor of this orchestra that shoots out these cannons. And either they shoot out the spike balls, which unfortunately you can't turn into bubbles and throw at them, you can only stop them in midair to try to slow them down before they hit you. And then the other times he'll shoot out the fish. It's completely random what he'll do, but it only takes a few hits to take him out. So you turn the fish into bubbles, shoot him at him, after only a few hits. Once again done, just as easy if not easier than the walrus boss in a lot of ways, depending upon, of course, the randomness of him shooting out the projectiles at you. So that leaves one final level in the game. Now this is Ursula's Castle, not to be shocked that this would be our final stage of the game. And it tries to trick you up by adding a whole maze element of multiple doors that we've seen in other NES games that can get really annoying. However, the maze in this one, since the game's overall easy, you can expect the maze is really easy. You have to find one door that has flashing eyes, which will be right in the middle here. You'll see his eyes are flashing on and off. Go into that one, then immediately into another door, then you're under ice, so you go right into a third door, and then that's basically it for the maze. We'll have a few more doors to go into, but it's just a straight path from here in order to get to Ursula. We'll head to the right, we have to head up here. Watch out for random fish enemies. There is plenty of chests to build up your upgrades if you've lost a life during the course of this level or any other part of the game. Head to the right through here. Watch out for another one of the seahorses. It'll go right underneath me. Go in this door, which doesn't have flashing eyes, but it does take us to the next part that we need to go to. Travel upwards into this door. We can see that the have the lost souls that Ursula has used and taken all their, power to give to herself. Now this is the Ursula boss. We have one more boss after this one, actually. But she shoots out these random balls that will go down and then turn into something. Whether or not it's the spike balls or whether or not it's the fish are completely random. Or they can also turn into those starfish that fall from the sky at certain points of the game as well. So what you need to do, of course, is wait for the fish to show up, hit them when they show up, and then shoot them up at her. After only a few hits, she's done. We grab the treasure, and you would think the game would be over. But just like Ursula in the movie, she has one last form to take her out, her big, gigantic final form. Now, this final boss of the game is actually, I think, easier than the boss we just faced. It's, of course, Ursula, big, giant squid super form here. And then all it does is they throw fish out from the right or left side. She'll change the current of the water that either pull you or, drag you into certain either left or right, making it harder or easier to go in certain directions. But the fish will move very slowly, they're easy to grab, turn them into bubbles, there's no other enemies to take care of, no spike balls, no starfish, no nothing. So just turn them into, bubbles and throw them up at her. And she's done. In that level, there's no treasure to grab, and then we just go to the ending. Now what's interesting is, Ariel was easily able to turn into a fish, but she can't turn back for some reason. So as, kind of the ending or whatever, Triton decides to cast a spell on her and turns her back into a human. Which, there you go. And they are reunited, and they get married, and that's the ending of the game. So it's different from the movie in a lot of ways, just storyline-wise, but it's an NES game, Capcom, didn't really need to be too related or whatever. It's still just about the gameplay, which was pretty decent overall. Now with the ending, that's going to wrap up another edition of Play It Through. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.